Hello traders and welcome to this new Bitcoin technical and order flow analysis video. We are seeing substantial fear in crypto markets. Bitcoin and the rest of the altcoins are falling like a rock. In today's video, my job is going to show you where are the support and resistance areas above and below and what scenarios we can expect from down here. I will be evaluating Bitcoin with technical analysis and with all order flow metrics, all of them. All key tools will be used. I want to remind you, I was getting very positive feedback. This video here, which is previous video over this one, I was going over many views why we can be ending bull market and why we can be having a continuation for bull market. So if you didn't watch this video, please do so. It's extremely crucial, and the summary of the video was very simple. I put 60% chance the bull market is over and 40% the bull market will resume after a big correction. And why this was very important, because when I was trading, I'm very transparent with all trades I'm taking with our traders in the group. We take many trades together as well. Here I was keeping 126k short as a hedge for the bear market, which is still hitting targets. Actually, I didn't took any profit yet. And also 116,000. Yes, we've had some trades in between, but these two trades were really core for my exposure to the downside, to protect me in case we see larger pullback to the downside. It's extremely crucial to run these day trades, which can become swings, because you will be effectively protecting your capital, right? Because on spot I'm bleeding. So I need leverage to protect me, and later on it's gonna be options as well in next few months, so we will have very good arsenal. So this is the situation of the market, but let's start with the technical analysis. I want to remind you why we are falling from macro. We have few macro reasons. Again, in this video I went over some of them, but like the most immediate reason Bitcoin is falling. Past few days we've seen large FUD in the market in Twitter. Like there was lots of talks the Binance is going to be sued by market makers because on the flash crash drop, yes, here they suffered, like these market makers suffered immense losses, and they are trying to extract some money from Binance because it was Binance failure, and I think it's Binance fault. Actually, we fell so much. So this is putting pressure on the market. People are really scared. And the second most immediate reason is macro, and the equities 5-minute time frame. Even when Bitcoin is doing own intraday setups, it's still following general path of equities. Yes, and when you have equities falling, and this is causing risk off, yes, the Bitcoin and crypto will be first to be sold always, because this is the most volatile and most risky asset class. Always keep that in mind for the next few weeks and months. So equity is going into pullback. Why they are going into pullback? Well, it's just they were at all-time highs, and many companies are trading at these nice premiums. So people are taking profit. Even I was telling investors, I took some nice profits on some companies right at the top. It was a really good decision. You don't have to kill bull market, but you will have these very deep corrections. And one of the implications, we see downside is, I was sharing this in macro fundamentals. Just search out Crypto Hayes. Arthur Hayes is pretty decent with macro. He was sharing in this article, while the market is in the shutdown mode in US, we do have struggles with the global liquidity. They have problem to inject money into the system. They're actually injecting some money into the banks, but still we are lacking that broad general liquidity. So what's one of the macro scenarios possible is when we reopen, from the government shutdown, possibly over the weekend, we might actually see some relief bounce on crypto. Just keep an eye on news. Yes. So keep an eye on news, and you will be reacting. And if you see some nice positive inflows, you will just very likely go with the flow. Yeah. No financial advice, just education, entertainment. Okay. So that's that macro. Anyway, again, market was really overheating. I was going over this 90 minutes in this video. I was just going over many reasons why we might see substantial pullback. So just watch it first and then you can continue. But let's now focus on technical analysis and order flow. because yeah, in the end market is doing some macro moves, but we will have many trades during every single day, right? So that's what matters here. We are traders. For like, I'm trader first, and then I'm investor. So let's do some trading now and analysis. We will be starting with the technical analysis. So let's go to Bitcoin. Let's go to all the folders. I'll be showing you the fractal, which is still playing out. It's pretty cool. So first fractal we have, and this is again, this is working for many years because market psychology is not changing even when they tell you AI is trading and bots. No, lots of people are in crypto are still just human participants, and they will be, you know, affected by the fear and greed. So when we are shorting 126k, you know, your target was just from symmetry. Yeah, symmetry fractals. I was watching if we get similar moves here, 17% or 13%, 14%. That's what we got. We actually got even more because flash crash outstretched the market. We've got 18.80%. Look how very similar it is after all-time high swing value pattern, yeah? And then market was consolidating. So this was one of the reasons we were looking for some big longs here. You know that I went over this in previous video. But now, if we continue lower, I just want to give you symmetry target to the downside because this was the tariff, yeah? You see, this was also very serious correction. We were also ranging here, and then we fall through all the supports. Yeah, look at the massive liquidity buildup. We have so many lows close together. You have inefficiency, of course, you will be feeling that. We actually have pretty similar setup here. If we start losing this low, just from like purely price action and just where are the key levels, lose this low, and you have inefficiencies to be filled in this zone here and also in here. And once you fill all the inefficiencies, you can actually find yourself at, you know, where is that? 88,000. This is going to be symmetry target for the all-time high swing value pattern fractal if we want to repeat similar drop as during tariff fear. Right, then I will be actually adding to some spot. I will be building swing longs. I'm also along from here, but you know, I'm just mainly intraday right now. It's nothing, things can change very quickly. So keep in mind 30% will be another target if this is lost. One more thing, if we start going down more than 30%, actually more than 32%, if we go into the past, yeah, I will need to like turn on so many folders, but I just want to tell you a very similar thing happened in 2021. Once we went over 30 to 32% correction, we went for the 50% correction. All right, so that's what you need to be really careful for, because that's going to be sparking some heavy fear in the markets, right? Also on-chain, below 95k, we have big trouble on-chain. Most people bought Bitcoin in this cycle up here in this, with ETFs also up here. So there is heavy buying in these areas, like huge hundreds of thousands, even millions of Bitcoin were traded here. So once these people get really into pain and underwater, you can see really massive downside moves. So just be careful with that and be aware of it. Always respect the risk when you are trading down here. So that's that. In terms of trades, let me show you what I was trading. It's not all trades I took in the group because some were mainly in the scalps. I just want to show you we were trading Monday. What's today? Monday. We were also trading this mini range here. This pump here yesterday was also traded. 1.5% move. Then you got the swing value pattern. Some of our traders went short. I actually went into the sleep here, so I was not trading this whole drop. But I had big alerts. I had big alerts. I was actually posting about my trading here. This was a bit passive. This is very complex. Only for most experienced people you can use limits. I placed limit orders like you know how I'm placing limit orders. 5, 5, 10, 10, 25, 25. So the heaviest fills are always at the lowest portion of the overall large limit order, and then you get average somewhere like here. Yeah. So I was feeling some passive because this was support area for me. It was like very like weeks ago. I prepared this area. I will be showing you that. I feel the limit. You know, I got first dollar. I was waking up. I feel the limit, but I went to sleep because I was not waiting for the upside. I just needed lots of sleep because I was pretty tired these days. Final limit was filled here, and then I was waking up normally on also on the alert. As I woke up, I had like 70% of my intended position filled, so I was adding like final adds when I was seeing signs of reversal with the nice momentum and delta flip. I was adding 30% to my position, and then as we started pushing to the top of the consolidation, I was taking some nice profits. Then we've got another move to the downside, and also I was buying heavily here with limit orders as well. I was expecting we stay in range for longer because we had many big walls below. So I was trading just this range, and I took lots of profits already on rotation to the upside. I took like 65% plus profits, so I only hold 35% remaining position, because in these times you need to take profit and run. If you start seeing some signs of strength, you can add to your position, you can leave yourself with the entry, but not right now. So I already participated. You can see already market still not even looking like so strong. So yeah, these hedge trades were very nice for me. And let's go for further analysis. I want to show you the fractal. This is like final reminder of the fractal. We can do it here. We can turn off these two folders and we go back into 2021, because we still continue with this fractal. It's just insane. Why this fractal matters? I already explained it a few times, but just remember, when you are getting flash crash declines, you are destroying not only leverage on retail markets but also on institutions, and there is a very high likelihood some people blow up on, like you could actually cause some big debts, because this first drop here, this is when FTX got destroyed in a previous cycle. They lost lots of users' money already, and some funds blew up. And then we started bear market spiral, right? Yeah, and we went for much lower levels. So flash crashes are very dangerous. They are either bought with V-shaped recovery, as in like continuation of the bull market, but if it's not bought, and you are actually ranging after such, and then you go down, it's not good. And we failed with swing failure pattern. There's also a pretty bad sign in the current cycle. Let me just copy this drop. Yeah, like this. We will be copying that. For our time frame. You can even notice when I put it here, I need to just compress it a bit. Yes, like this. You can notice one thing after in 2021, when we were like, this was amazing. We were expecting range for like 2 weeks at least, similar as in 2021. When you expect range, this is one of the most powerful information, because you can just trade the range and you don't expect trends. You just milk shorts and longs at the same time. In 2021, you can see what happened. We were going for, market tried to start filling inefficiencies, but instead we did a swing failure pattern. Then we go down, and there was just continuation down. If we now overlay this here, very similar price action. Do you think it's coincidence you see that, or just some magic or whatever? No. This is, again, human psychology is not changing, and human participants behind the moves are not changing. Just so many people blew up. They just want to, they wanted to go away from crypto and also hedge, because this first move to the upside, we often see the hedge, like big hedges coming for further downside to like limit losses. And then we've got a swing failure pattern, or for us as well here, and then this was your last chance to have like big swing short in place if you missed this price action, for example, on a weekend. I was not trading over the weekend, so you see. And now when we you can see what happened in 2021. We went over the week. Yes, we were not doing very clean swing failure pattern, just lots of chop. Yes, what we are doing right now as well, but it's still not swing failure pattern, because it's just market is building new value. But we will see how this all develops, because maybe we will be creating new range below the previous week. This would be not ideal. This would be actually pretty bearish, because you are building new value outside of the week. You trapped everybody who were like, lots of market making institutions were buying the DV limit orders. If you keep them trapped, that's going to be extra pressure to continue to the downside. What you want to see now, just from the price action principles, you want to see at least reclaim of the level, like push, clear, and fill some local inefficiencies and start building value at least above this low. And then we can open road for higher. That's just from price action, okay? If we don't do that, then we will go for lower, and this fractal will be playing out further. And this fractal actually played out in 2021 when you did one-to-one move of the move to the downside. Yes, that was the true pain. Yeah, look at that. Actually, this was bear market, but just from this. Yes, you were ranging for a long time. Then we went here. Yeah, it was bear market, but you see, market was doing these one-to-one extensions. So yeah, we will see. This is crucial to reclaim for now, but let's see how we are standing with other, technical analysis tools. So right now, market is finding stability from previous range market structures. Is not a surprise. We are trying to create some local range here, which we are trading right now. We went we stopped. Do you see I highlighted this market structure zone? This is like red boundaries and very bright color, because this is the most strongest market structure. Why it's most strongest? Because if I go to 8-hour time frame, it was born here. It's from AMT. And from that moment, it was very strong support and resistance since November 2024. And then we did this bullish backtest here. Yeah, so that's crucial. Someone was placing huge hundreds of millions, was protecting this entry. So here, I'm not really surprised. We are bouncing. We are trying to find stability, but you just don't want to lose this market structure again. Just a sec. Okay. So yeah, if we lose this market structure, you see I don't have very significant market structure until we hit 93, 92. This is going to be another demand area. Like here, you will you will run the full impulse. You will grab liquidity of the people here. You also have higher lows. So liquidity is curved. So you'll be focusing on swing failure pattern from this low, and ultimately you should hold a single prints and not get acceptance into it and fill them. If you fail here, then we go much lower, because this is very unlikely support here. Even from higher time frame, you have market structure, but you would need to see some change of character in order books here, or we would need to see very strong reversal in order flow in the middle of the inefficiency. Otherwise, it will just run it. So that's what I'm seeing. And to the upside, signs of strength will be now reclaiming back about 107,000. This was the most recent 1, 2, 3 times support. Now it's becoming resistance. And plus, even if you bounce, you still have this very wide market structure where you can put lower high and then reject. Yeah, look at that. 1, 2, 3 times rejections, support. So yeah, I will be watching, even if you push, to hedge myself with another short in that area. Okay. How is the impulse liquidity looking? So we failed to grab the impulse liquidity of the downside. There will be another one impulse liquidity here. I will be doing it during the weekend, but here you pretty much, if you want to see Bitcoin in much stronger position than is right now, you have to reclaim 111k, because you will trap everybody who was shorting in fear. Remember, bull market is just getting big hit, but remember, we still have time in November and December, and if situation stabilize in equities and we see some nice bits, and we will if you trap this whole impulse to the downside and everybody shorting, we can actually go for all-time highs. So this is going to be extremely crucial point to do that. And if you are building long from here like me, or we will be building longs from lower levels, from these regions, then we want to see this reclaim. Then it's going to be true multi-week swing for me, swing long. How is the AMT doing? Let's see. So this week was dabbing into the smaller range here. It was naked range, and we can see market was completing the rotation of this range. It was expected. We outstretched the next range to look for new trades, and as a support is coming from April 2025. It's 2 weeks range, so it's pretty decent. It's not like 1 or 2 days, so very decent volumes there. You can keep an eye on 2 weeks VAG and 2 weeks POC. This is another like first area of support, but ultimately I will be looking for, like, if that area fails, for to run this box and give me this. Yeah, from the inefficiency start there will be support. If I see failure, then I will be waiting much lower. So you can literally prepare battles and just be lurking for that. So that's from local time frame. And on to the upside, well, this is impulse, so we don't have strong resistances built. You can watch where many longs were trapped. I will be showing you that on order flow analysis, which will be resistance on the bounce to the upside. And you can aim for, like, you can look for trades at 108k, and we will try to see that this is like double AMT resistance now with these two. 108,500 and 108k. This is the box for continuation and lower high to be put in and move to the downside. Reclaim this box and we open the road for to run these Sunday and Saturday highs. This is weekend liquidity. It was not grabbed. So that's what we have there. Medium time frame. I can go to 4-hour time frame so you see it better. Interesting. I don't. Yeah. Okay. So we were running over my trade area. This trade area already gave me big trade, so I don't care. It was, it was like it failed this time, because here this trade area was placed on my chart for many weeks. Our traders know because they have access to that. We did week into the trade area, so that the trade area already played out, right? I just kept it for myself in case we see and that we failed, because it was still one of the scenarios. I was looking for swing failure pattern of the big wick to the downside and move to the upside. This failed. So this failed and this trade area will be deleted. But after we lost this trade area, we were hitting, I think we just licked. Look at that. Yes, there was like maybe a few dollars front run, but there was start of my another trade area demand, for new trades. So that's why I also had multiple limits getting filled. It was like wider zone and into the next trade area. I even have more limits in the trade area when I'm sleeping. But you need to manage risk. You never, you need to be present for trading. Don't do limit orders. Yeah, this is just for me. One thing you can watch. We have 3 months range here. We pretty much. So when I hide trade areas now, we need to see what we are doing. So make sure to keep an eye on this low. This is going to be another area of interest for me. Like, we have so many interesting points. I already showed you like 5 trade opportunities or 6. Keep an eye on this low. If it's going to be run, we might get, because these point of controls are pretty old. They were traded already, but they are getting retested after a very long time. So keep an eye on here. Yes, if we run this low, take these low and just start bouncing from the local liquidity and from this point of controls for another bounce. That's going to be another scenario we'll look for today. If we fail with point of controls, you then will be rotating into the, into the 3 weeks val. You have like double vals here. Actually, one pull was secondary. This is another trade area for me. If this, when this trade area plays out, I will be looking here. This is another next battle for me. Again, I was explaining you from local time frame. This makes sense to look for trades here, to running local range liquidity, and then from high time frame, you can easily, because yes, Bitcoin can be falling as a rock, but you don't have to fall. Like we range 80% of time. Sometimes we do fall like in big panic. But if we don't, then we start to range, then this is going to be next opportunity area, because we can just range here in this box for some time before we decide to go higher or lower. This was crucial range. So yeah, I will look for supports there. If this is loss, we have a new range to trade, but I will not be covering that for now. I don't want to go into too heavy into future. And this high volume node is also like untested, so it's not about point of control only. but we did first test of the high volume node, and we still have like naked rest of the high volume node. So again, I will be looking what we do here. Very crucial. Pretty good support, even if it's inefficiency. We will see if orderbooks cooperate. They can reverse. Anchor VWAPs, they were warning us like pretty good. We will see the downside. This is actually like one of the cleanest thing you can watch volume. It's like moving point of control. When I was taking when I was sitting in, I'm still sitting in at all-time high short, and in this short, what I wanted to see was mainly market rejecting from. So first you lost the like good. This was very crucial VWAP to not lose, because it was tracking volume from the secondary bounce from the week, when you are feeling inefficiency in the week. So this failed. We started to be very choppy here, and we were actually turning to the downside. And here, this is tracking volume since the flash crash. This was showing you the bulls are definitely not in control, because you kept, like so many got trapped. We were seeing these rejections here. This is not good sign. Plus, we've got the new anchor VWAP from 115k, which was a secondary top, and all-time high swing failure pattern. This was also like for the more local downtrend for the since 27th of October. This was tracking how the downtrend, if the bears or bulls are in control, and they were just fully in control. Each retest was front run, or like here, front run and then rejection. There was no reclaim. Yes, nothing like that, sign of strength. So this was keeping me happy in shorts, into the core short, plus one more anchor VWAP from top, and here we went over that briefly. We started building value, but only how long we spent? Maybe few hours we spent above, and then we started moving to the downside. And another try. What you needed to do here, it was very, very simple. What you needed to do here, just range here. Just range for longer. Do another swing failure pattern, range, and then start, change structure to the upside. We did the opposite, so goodbye to the downside. So anchor VWAPs really were warning us pretty well. Now we are hitting medium time frame anchor VWAPs. I know I have plenty. I will be probably deleting some because some of them got traded already. Remember, with medium to high time frame anchor VWAPs, you can watch them for prolonged periods of time, but they are strongest when they are retested after a long time. And each time you get into the area, they can be more choppy. Same like here, yeah. These were actually like the most aggressive bull market bands here. Retest to the upside, boom. Again, the band stopped you, boom. It's additional confluence for us where to look for continuation, and don't fight the market, don't short the lows. You've got super choppy around these anchor VWAPs, so I was already hiding them for myself. I will do that same here. But we were still fighting and retesting more important anchor VWAPs from higher time frames. Look what actually stopped us. Yeah, the wick. This is crucial to know because it's showing you there is like moving demand on that anchor VWAP. This anchor VWAP was tracking volume from 10th of November 2024, like volumes from here up to this point. It was untested for a very long time. We got front run here. So this time we held, and this was stopping the wick, and now we actually lost it, and then we went into the another one. This anchor VWAP here is, I would say this is measuring, if you start trading below this anchor VWAP, our most aggressive part of bull market is very likely just over, because this is the key impulse. We started moving, and we literally everybody who I know, or just doesn't matter about everybody, is for me. This anchor VWAP was telling me this is tracking the bull market, like the most aggressive side, because from 54k we went to many new all-time highs. So this is the most important and most aggressive anchor VWAP. So this is the key reason why we stopped here, in my opinion. Yes, we've got multiple things I was showing you, but again, this anchor VWAP is like final bull's defense in this region. If you start losing this, there will be accelerated move to the downside, very likely. Okay, so just be careful. Many people were having limits with this anchor VWAP. They are filling their orders. I'm seeing like very large buying on spot market already, hundreds of millions bought. So far, it's a bit of a bearish CVD as well. But yeah, we see us seeing demand on that crucial anchor VWAP. Just I would like to not see this lost. If it's lost, we will go into the not just most aggressive part of the bull market bands, But don't forget, we have like even more buying in these anchor VWAPs. So when the Trump was causing a global panic, yes, you need to pay attention where you stopped on anchor VWAPs. We were front running very critical market structure, previous high, 2024 high. But you see, I have like 4 VWAPs here, and they are tracking various things. They are actually tracking the impulse volume, all of the impulse from, especially from these points, since 44k, since 2024 beginning. So here you are. This is going to be next support if this VWAP is getting lost, and I will be very likely buying some decent chunks into my spot portfolios, and I will be building some leverage longs as well, and I will be booking some profit on short. Yeah, so keep an eye on these bands. If these bands fails, you still have multiple, they are untested, so I think even if these bands fail, these bands, yeah, is not that likely, but if they hold us, if we get the bounce, if they fail, you can still look for here and for bounce here lower, because these were untested for whole bull market. Actually here they were tested, but then since 2024 from September untested, so is naked, is brewing for power. Yeah, so we are building some nice supports. Well, we will watch that how it's gonna develop. Symmetry, I think we can have a look on symmetry. I was live charting in a group, and I was preparing the balance, not balance. I need to check extension. Yes. Oh yeah, it's still far away. If we start losing this low again and we see more signs of weakness, I would expect Bitcoin to possibly reach 92k. This is going to be 1-to-1 of this. Yes, just symmetry, and that's all what you need. 92k to watch. Why you want to watch this? Because the shorts can be taking very serious profits here. So not only longs will be looking to trade, but shorts profit taking will be helping Bitcoin to the upside. So that's from symmetry. You even can make like secondary symmetry, which is over here, more locally. This one. Yes, we already did 1-to-1 of that move, so a bit of stability is not a surprise. And then you have a 2-to-1 move here, which is aligning with the big 1-to-1. Good to know. Symmetry. Yes, symmetry we don't need to check. We already checked at the beginning of the video. Oh, here we are. This is the ultimate tool I'm using all the, not since the beginning of the bull market, but also since the Trump tariff lows. This was predicting where we will be ranging. Right now is pretty, like, from this perspective, 101k is crucial level to hold, because if you start losing the 101k, you will open road to trade the pink box. As you see here, when we were going into the proper pullbacks, market was first trading the pink box, yes, and then either reclimb back into the yellow area where is the main range, or we go for the full box rotation. So this is going to be decision point for the box. If we do this, or if we do this. Right now we are staying away of the box. This is good. The good sign, at least 101k crucial level and line in the sand. You see the flag here. I was doing live charting on Monday, and I put that flag here. Let me explain you why. I just want to show you which pool, because we have like, yes, 2 pools for this one. So this is the full pool of the, why you need to watch this pool is because you have like key low here and all-time high, and when the week was happening, we went right into the 125 and bounced to the upside. Why we bounced so aggressively? Because the market had very fat resting liquidity in this zone, and 125, even if you don't have access to liquidity tools, then extensions can predict where is the liquidity for you. This is the pool market is watching, so I'm keeping eye on every single 0.25 extension. So next one is 97, then we have 92 and 88. If we do a 1-to-1 extension of the push to the upside, but same to the downside, then you have 88k as a target. So that's the one pool, and then we have the second pool, and this is now going to be making even more sense for you. Here, So this pool was born when we were trading. Like, it's very key to have pool on consolidations. This was the first time we started really going into range and consolidation on all-time highs. So since that moment, I had very key levels. I had key level to make and start the pool. I had key low to also start the pool. And since that moment, I was watching extensions as we go to the downside and to the upside. You can very clearly see, market told you right here, it's watching this pool. The 1.5, very good reaction, like whole rotation down up to the upside down. But then market did full 1-to-1. See, people underestimate symmetry, but me and Bram, we understand it is so powerful, because you have a limited amount of the delta in the system, and if delta messes up and the people are getting trapped, there will be the same power will be exiting market just to the negative or to the positive move. Yeah, so this is what is symmetry in Bitcoin. So this was 1-to-1 move, then we went into the swing failure pattern, full rotation. And then 2.5, like every single 0.5 of this pool was getting respected. It's just mad. And I was like thinking for myself just on Monday, so when we like lose this week, where is the next target? Of course, it's going to be 2-to-1. So what we did here is like, look at the symmetry. And now we did this. Sorry. This was now completed. Completed 2-to-1. Pretty perfect. We can even go and watch 3.5 and 4. For more symmetry. It depends how it's trying to predict how it's going to be like for the downtrend. Yeah, but you see this was target box. So from this pool, some shorts had profits here. This was profit area, and also some longs were looking for longs because we completed symmetry. So very interesting pool. Keep an eye on it. This pool already played out. I'm just skipping it for myself, how perfect it was. It's just amazing. This is what I'm talking about, symmetry. Yeah, 1.75 almost to reached. People overshot, like everybody got rid of the Bitcoin here. And then as we were pushing to the upside, they were FOMOing in and rebuying back into the same symmetry. And then we were reversing after we did same symmetry. So out of this range, it was just perfect, yeah. Perfect, you know, just amazing. Let's continue with my folders. Big fee pool is coming now at 894,000. This is measuring high time frame pullback. It's aligning with the area we had identified from AMT and other things. So yeah, I will be definitely watching it as an additional confluence. Move to the downside, also closed. Quarterly VWAP, this was naked for a long time. Really nice reaction, inefficiency closed. Trap traders, here we are. These trap traders were helping us to push out of the week because this was huge open interest increase. There were some of them closed, some of them were there, doesn't matter. The absorptions were done. And one more time, we are like this already weakened the area, but one more time we are getting a bit of stability. These shorts are exiting, but this is now played out, yes. Daily was run. How is the weekly? Weekly was also there, help with stability. Nothing from monthly. Naked box. They were run because this was front run already. They got weaker with the week, but it still was helpful confluence for the push. And then we've got the secondary POC and high volume node run. You see, this was helpful. Composite box still way lower. We don't have any CME gaps in the proximity, but I think we do have something here. Yes, we do have CME gap here. So market will ultimately might be hunting to close that. This is for, and I think on we can check BTC1. On adjusted contract basis, it could be on different place, yes. So this is the you know, you need to watch both because some people watch that, some people watch that. This is an adjusted place. An adjusted place is it's very small actually. Yeah, it's not even there. It's very small, so it's okay. Major liquidity got drawn. That's was as expected. Let's see in trading different, not trading here. It's not the one. Liquidity is actually lower. Very interesting. Maybe I forgot to delete. So this was your range for bull market, and we were failing with it. Like first we were trading first portion of that, but you really needed to push to 150k to actually complete the symmetry. Now we are failing with the symmetry, so we are pretty much returning into the brown box. And yeah, ultimately, if we see equities falling, if we see like equity starting bear market, I'm not sure if it's that likely, but crypto is looking like weaker. But if you see like way more downside, you don't need to worry. You will be buying cheaper Bitcoin, and ultimately we will be, you know, we can be ranging in these positions, in this place. Why not? Nice accumulation area. High time frame is good to watch on AMT because these moves are definitely high time frame when we are moving like that. You see what market did here. This was like very long time support for us on the back tests. You pretty much wanted to stay above this box. Yeah, yes, like here, but we failed to do it as a support reclaim. That failed, and now next area to watch from this high time frame range is 7-month point of control. So we are watching, is aligning with the 3-month point of, medium time frame point of control as well. This high volume node. If Bitcoin is decently strong, it's gonna give us new range in this box, and then we will have time to position for short and long. And if we see reversal, then good for us, because we don't short when Bitcoin is falling. We are looking for longs, and we are looking for short shorts as well from the local range. But it's very context dependent. If this box is lost and the 7-month val fails as well, you have inefficiency to be filled here, so we can be focusing on supports from this range. Multi-year anchor re-ups, they are still far away. They're tracking so much old volume from previous cycles. They will very likely provide us bear market lows, either this area or 40k, below 40k. So I was already doing few YouTube videos on where are the bear market supports. In case we go much lower, then I will do video about it, but I don't want to go too ahead. But this is still support from the previous cycles. It was untested even here, a huge support here. I will be in case we get this, I will be buying everything on altcoins, Bitcoin. I don't care, because long term I will be in profits very likely. In like even in bear market, this is going to be great DCI point. Just you know. What else we've got? We can check macro channel. How is macro channel looking? Macro channel still looking fine, but we are coming to backtest the secondary channel. I only watch channels on high time frames, definitely not on small time frames. You have many times better tools from Orderflow to watch. It would be pretty bearish for Bitcoin losing this low here and getting accepted into the old channel, previous bull market channel. But again, midline, huge support. Like here was the clean retest. So like from that channel 56, big support. and maybe we'll find a higher low again here in case we want to keep Bitcoin bull market intact and saved. Okay, so I think that's it from the most important folders. We mapped out some key areas of interest. We can now check our on-chain, sorry, not on-chain, but Orderflow, and see how is Bitcoin looking for us. We can be starting with Exocharts. I can go over most of the templates, so you see how I'm doing my morning analysis check. This is for scalping. I don't want to go over that. We can start with this one. So again, I was buying this low here. We took it in the group. Lots of money were made. I went to sleep here because my sleep routine is a bit different. I'm like trading mainly Asia, London, and then 1 or 2 hours of a New York session. But today I will be trading more, but because my primary time zone is New York. So from that moment, market was just bleeding down. We've lost all the supports. We fell with high time frame support with swing failure pattern of the flash crash week, and we see right now heavy bleeding, and heavy longs were actually lifting the market up. Open interest was going up. Yes, it was. In case we start to see, like, this is very crucial for Bitcoin, like for today. If we continue with, because I'm long here, so it's going to be crucial for me as well. If we continue to see recovery today, we can actually rotate to previous day VAH to complete that. And here we have very likely lots of inefficiency, low volumes and single prints and whatever. But if you start losing this very top range and you start coming below, let's zoom in here, heavy buy delta, heavy positive delta, even when you had some shorts. If you start coming below this candle, like here the low already tried, but the big longs protected their entries, which is really good. If you start coming below this candle, it can actually start doing another local range rotation and gets us lower, because then you also start to put pressure on these longs as well. Actually, these were shorts. Exom is red. It's minus 20 negative delta. And at the lows, very clever longs were coming on Binance. These were changing character. This is why I was actually adding to position, because these people were changing momentum for market, and delta was switching to positive. So I was just getting aboard, and shorts were getting absorbed. So it was really great entry for me. If you come back into the lows, it's very likely we can outstretch lower. Maybe we do swing failure pattern, but first you will need to destroy these people who are longing the lows. One more thing, we do have some nice shorts still in the market. Some are closing, but you can see there was some decent shorts build up, and they are also not closing. So if you start pushing away above this high right here, you look for shorts declining. There will be fueling further upside as they are trapped now. They are in these regions. Market retested them and make them as a support. It didn't trap the longs, so like really good for now. Some already shorts closing, but yeah. Let's see on Bybit. The Binance is important, but Bybit is also very important. Of course, Bybit was down on Exocharts. Or I don't know if Bybit was down on Exocharts, but okay. Bybit got totally wrecked. Massive shorts here. Okay. So Bybit position super scared, just going sideways. Open interest, not even doing a thing. We have gap of information, so I don't know what happened there. One thing I see, massive shorts in these areas at least. So if you come to this area, there'll be short squeeze, but that for now it's not that likely. So Bybit just going sideways. Okay, we will watch other aggregated metrics anyway. Core 30-minute TPO template, Binance. 30-minute time frame. Yeah, you can see how market is filling some volume. This is the inefficiency to be run today. We have double distribution. It means we have like very strong high volume nodes and the volumes here and also here. You can even merge these together so you see it better. Again, you just need to go above this. We will squeeze some shorts, build up here, and then very likely just fill. And here is another start of the resistance. Plus we have daily naked point of control. I think some longs got trapped in there, so it can be pretty juicy. Just watch 107,500, especially these all-time highs. Sorry, this high swing value pattern, and then move down. The low itself is not strong. That's another thing you can keep in mind, because this low was strong. You have weak, you have buying tail, you have just a very nice bit, but then you come into the low, you filled most of the low, and you did very marginal, like you didn't do swing failure pattern. There was higher volume. We trapped some nice shorts, some nice longs were coming, but now we have almost equal lows. Equal lows tends to be fixed. So in case we get into the new range rotation to the downside, look for swing failure pattern and fix these lows with better low. Yeah, that's going to be another thing to watch for today. You see those single prints getting filled already. Another point of control to watch, 107,600 sessions. Five-minute time frame. Look how order book, how the profile is changing. Very heavy sellers delta getting absorbed here. These are really juicy scalps. You see them in our main scalping Exocharts template. When these people are getting absorbed, you're like some big limit orders are getting filled on Binance, then you push. And now lots of buying at these highs again from Asia session especially. That's why when you see that pullback, you will be destroying these longs I was showing you in the previous template. Big longs at the bottom. And on Binance, sorry, on Bybit, we are missing data. So that's pretty much wrecked. Pretty cool DVAP reclaim. That's also one thing to watch today when we trade above daily VWAP. Is I'm not nervous in my long, but once we start losing daily VWAP, then it's going to be not ideal, because these people can get into trouble. Plus we have like very little volume in this, so if we trap the top longers, then we can actually feel this inefficiency and go for the lows again. So just be very careful with that. No need to go over that template. Yeah, that's pretty much it from Exocharts. We can check order books. So I replicated Market Monkey, like Tradinglite, first of my main templates, replicated on Market Monkey because lots of people are using it already. So what we are seeing right now, this is Binance futures. Oh, look at that, heavy sell side already, blocking way. So what we are seeing, some futures already pressuring Bitcoin. So when you took, that's again no financial advice, education, entertainment. But when you were longing in these areas, these were really good. I've seen many water traders were longing here and here, same like me. You should be looking for hedge short or take profit on your longs. Like definitely take profit too, because again we see us seeing lots of pressure in the futures. Not making easy. Look at the box here, just freshly added. Few hundred Bitcoins also here, like this is like already trying to fit us into the local range. If you like see big change of character and you will like see big market buyers, running over these walls. Even open interest is increasing, and you just run. That's good sign, because some big entities taking out these people. If you don't see that, well, then we will be raging into the New York session, and then we'll see what's up. And here we see very empty space in the order book, so market can actually run this more easier, even in less activity, less buying activity. So we will see if that happens. And that open interest slowly declining. Some longs taking profit a bit because they see the pressure in the order books. So this is BTC perpetuals on Binance, and how is the spot market looking. This is spot market, and what I see here, 5-minute time frame. One of the reasons we are holding the lows so well, because we do have like pretty decent cluster here. Here so many spot buy walls were also filled to the downside, but ultimately market got exhausted. If we come into these lows, these equal lows almost, watch for another swing failure pattern from 98,000. Like this whole box can possibly exhaust market again. Pretty decent bits there. Spot order books not that thick to the upside, but now we can go to Tradingdifferent to see how is the liquidity today. We need to zoom into 5-minute time frame. We have we have key low here. We have another key low here from weekend, I think. Let's see. Weekend low, major swing failure pattern. Yes, so this was from the weekend. So in case you come to our current lows, watch for this low as well, and for the swing failure pattern. And we do have liquidity build up, like pretty decent liquidity there. So I'll be watching what we do there. If we do failed auction and just recline back, or just very aggressive week and push to the upside. So that's what I'm watching. And to the upside, if you want to cause some like local shorts and get them into trouble. So far market is eating a bit of late shorts. We know we saw those big shorts in Exocharts here. So if this is taken, then you will cause more trouble. But for now, these Binance limits are protecting this. And for more aggressive longs, we do have this cluster. They will be very likely damaged or stopped out, these late longs. Running that node, and further to the upside, we have another cluster to watch in case you get some strength today, and you will be fixing multiple highs close together into liquidity for potential another swing failure pattern. So that's what you can there. Let's have a look on TRDR now. So one of the reasons we are seeing the stability, at least, is we started to see blue bands printing even when they started higher. Blue bands, they have the highest win rate since 2024, 85% win rate on more setups taken with them. The win rate already played out, even if you lose this area, because you went into the range and you started to see a decent bounce from that range. For 3 to 4% moves already, you already made profit with the bands. So that's already winning trade. It's giving us stability because we do see some imbalances. Now I'm watching here, we have 2 times more longs than shorts in this area. Market can fall in heavy candles down, but there will be pauses in the downtrend when you get exhaustion, and these order books are stabilizing us in these downtrend pauses. The Coinbase had like huge buy side, and all of that got filled on the initial move to the downside. They may be cancelled. We can check in template. It's going to be easier to check here, Coinbase, because their walls were fucking huge. Yeah. Ah, so you see, cheeky, they cancelled. So that because before, prior to the move to 100k, Coinbase was protecting, was notifying traders 360 Bitcoin spot wall and 100k. And then we got here and you got the bounce. This is what I'm a bit like regretting, because the trade of 100,000 was super easy for me because we had so much protection in all of the books. Is also very likely these Coinbase demand nodes, this is institutional demand because we know most of the ETFs are on a Coinbase. They feel like the big cluster. Do you see how they are exhausting whole market? Like each time you feel the big limit, they are exhausting, they are exhausting sellers into that, and then you are just bouncing to the upside. Even if you take these two lows again, like this Binance demand cluster should help us with another swing failure pattern or with another tradable bounce. So keep an eye on this area. Coinbase is bidding hard. And next time when you go into the lower levels, here we have 782 bitcoins. This is going to be damn hard to breach. So another trade possible from here. It's very likely the trader who had the big order here moved down there. That's good. Let's return back to TRDR. So yeah, this is statistical outcome to see at least range here. And we will, like I'm building not only scalp but also day trends to potentially see the swing, even when sentiment is absolutely killed around the world. But those, once you reverse the sentiment, you can actually get beautiful bounce. But yeah, I took pretty large take profit. So yeah, we will see. If we range here for longer, that will be great also, because I'm making more money in range than in trends. Yeah, that's just simple how it is in trading. I milk position far more than range trend. Just brutal. Even when it outside of my thresholds, 3 billion aggregated sell side here. Again, you want to see some strength in Bitcoin? Well, you better reclaim this line. This line at 104,400. Then you can see short squeeze. While you trade below this, you can sleep well on your shorts and you can continue. You can expect continuation to the downside or just range. It's that simple, because you just need to trap all the shorts. And in trending environment, the one signature of that is you are unable to punish even the most aggressive shorts who are shorting the impulses. So we will see. Needs to be taken out for the upside. Huge liquidations. You see the market is still heavy on the long side. So many people got destroyed. Well, one of the key principles in trading, we need to respect money management. It's just as simple. Yes, these shorts were right. We've seen the big shorts build up here from institutions. They never got trapped. They protected, and down we go. Still very high open interest build up, which should give us. This is going to give us high volatility in the market. And in this region, we also have like big shorts. You see the delta is dropping hard. This region. So if you want to see like short squeeze, you need to come outside here and also outside. Then you can get short squeeze and then head short it. Yeah, but for now, even those shorts are protecting their entries. You saw those limit orders, right, in Market Monkey. Yeah, they are protecting. How is the CVD looking? Who is the biggest culprit for the sell side? Yeah, it's Binance. Binance is absolutely killing the market. Even like Coinbase is bidding. ETFs are bidding. Coinbase is killing the market. Coinbase is the most powerful entity in the crypto market. It is what it is. It just has so much liquidity. It can accommodate any volumes without problem, without much slippage. So yeah, blue band's doing their job. That's great for us. And for me, it's going to be crucial because for very long time, for few days or weeks, we've had this demand cluster on Binance, right? And now all the buyers got filled. Sorry, the color is shit. Need to change it. So what we do in this cluster is going to be crucial for me, because if I see we keep ranging, let's say for the next few days or into the next week, without bleeding, and then we started pushing, and then we reclaim this range and push, then I know the smart capital was filling big orders, and I'm also, when I'm like building swing long here, I'm gonna be very patient in that long, and I will go with the big traders. Yes, this can be just maybe this is spot market, yes, so you have no leverage here. So these people are just buying Bitcoin, genuine Bitcoin, right? So we will see if they protect their entries. If not, then, you know, if not, it's like double bearish, because people who bought here, they can actually dump on the market because they are getting underwater. So it's like extra pressure. So yeah, this demand cluster, very interesting. When you feel big size, you see the intentions of people. How is the aggregated spot market looking? Yeah, so many exchanges are like fill position in this cluster. Funding rate still not negative. It's not even important this cycle. Swing template. Wow, swing template is showing like the order books try to hold market for swing. We will see how that ends. This is in a combination with the blue bands, yeah. But we do, like, we've reached very similar ratio. Like, so many walls got already filled, but the ratio was even strong. This, like, the demand we filled on this big drop right now was like since Trump tariff lows. This was the same demand. Yeah, look here, look at these thresholds on 10% and also on 5%. So we will see how this all ends, but to me it looks like the like smart capital is feeling like major deal. Like we either, again, we can be killing bull market as we speak, of course, yeah, but the similar situation was happening here. So only future will tell us how it's gonna end. I will be positioning myself every single day, so in the end I will profit on this. But yeah, these thresholds are not they are not for fun, like huge thresholds getting filled now. Smart capital filling orders. We will see if they win or not. Oh, yeah, open interest RSI. Okay, it's not even that heavily oversold as like last few occasions, like here. In case we see further one more leg to the downside, I will look for very oversold conditions in open interest, and then I will look for relief bounce as well. So because this template is not going to show me what is happening 1% from price. For that I have Market Monkey or other tool. So, but this is showing me orders which are more distant from the price. You can even see, even if you manage to push, there are already some sellers looking here, which will be trying to fill orders to get position into a swing failure pattern out of these highs. We'll see how it all ends. But again, if you start coming outside of these highs, then we will see more likely another round of short squeeze. These shorts will be trapped, squeezed here and here. It's going to be very interesting. You see there are like green lights and red lights for price from all the positioning in the market, from high open interest build up. But yeah, we need to watch what happens first. Spot market again. Spot market, yeah, this is very thick on multiple exchanges. Potentially is gonna help us with swing failure pattern. I will watch for that. You can see how whales were signaling. since middle of the October, under the week, because this template is only going to show me 50 million or 10 million, sorry, 10 to 25 million at spot orders and above, and also 50 million to 75 million on perpetuals. Since the week, the whales were advertising demand here with the largest orders. Always watch what the whales are doing, and this is why we are seeing the bounce here, because these whales with hundreds of millions on the buy side, they are exhausting market sellers here. So what you get here is at least a range or potentially larger relief bounce, but the range is enough for me. Range is enough because again, I'm making most money in the range. So that bounce here was pretty much, I don't want to say like predicted, but you could predict this bounce here. There is only certain capital which can move the market, and again, if people just put so many hard, heavy, big limits, they will stop the market. So yeah, the whales pretty cool, and they were building some shorts here as well. This was the spoof, yeah. And you see how they were, they wanted to build big short. They filled already big orders here, and then also they were protecting the high here. So if you were shorting 115k, you need wider stop loss, and you were protected. You got the chance to add here, and off you go. How long is the video? Okay, that's very long video already. Traders, thank you for watching. This was just pure technical analysis and order flow. I shown you multiple setups I'll be watching today and next few days. We will be ready to the upside and to the downside. Yeah, this was big hit to the sentiment. Keep an eye on macro. Keep an eye on when the US government shutdown ends, if we see relief bounce in equities and crypto. We still have multiple weeks to be like 8 weeks to until end of the year. It's still like in the past, it was best performing time of the year. So maybe we'll see bull market saved, I don't know. But first I shown you what needs to happen if you want to see some nice reversals. You need to trap big shorts, change structure, get some acceptance into key levels. And again, for reasoning, just make sure to watch this video. This video was giving you many reasons. We will see the pullback. Thank you for watching, traders, and I see you in the group. Bye.